Don't forget, we got a show in August in San Francisco, live show. Pull up. Link to the tickets in the description.
And it's not your typical podcast show.
We're not just gonna be talking. We got a bunch of games we're playing. We gonna bring y'all on stage.
Yeah.
You gonna win some prizes. And we got VIP meet and greets, of course. Mm-hmm. So hey, San Francisco Bay Area, pull up. Everybody in the surrounding areas, pull up. It's gonna be a great time. I wanna know what turns you on.
And I like to know,
so I can be all that and more. I like to know what makes you cry. So I can be the one who always makes you smile. KJ, tell me what I gotta do to please you. Hey, baby, anything you say, I'll do. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the No Chaser Podcast. I'm Tim Chantarangsu.
I'm Ricky Sheps.
I'm Nikki Blades. You took creative liberty on that. All right, there. You said,
he does one of those.
Joe ain't never did that. Boy, Joe ain't never did that.
That was me and Tina Park, when I was 14, girlfriends. That was our song. And it was so fun. When you're a kid, shit is so dumb. Because I remember specifically shit like this. We got into a little argument. So my dad picked me up from her spot because I used to kick it at her house after school sometimes. We mad at each other and shit. And so fucking I Want to Know comes on the radio. Get home, call her, leave a message. She ignored it, of course. I'm like, hey, I heard our song going home.
Oh my God.
It's made me realize, what are we fighting for? I'm sorry.
Just tell me what I got to do to please you.
Oh my God. Do that to me now. Call me with all of that shit. You know what? The softer I get, the more I regress to the lovey-dovey bull. Oh, send me a song. If you send me a song,
look, I feel like R&B definitely got a little different when they started cussing.
Or just talking about sex explicitly.
Yeah, when R&B singers started saying pussy a lot, shit got a little different.
Wait, what you been listening to?
Like The Weeknd or Lloyd be saying pussy. Someone says, "Oh, tell me that the pussy is mine."
Yeah,
that's my shit.
Yeah. I mean, if we at that time, if you ask, I might.
Nikki Blades, would you like a drink?
Yes.
While we reminisce on love.
What do you got for us today?
I got the Jester's Court, of course.
Of course.
But also, Hypnotic sent me this bottle of Hypnotic.
Shut the fuck up.
So if we're talking about reminiscing, I figured why not make a little Jester's Court Incredible Hulk.
What? It's an incredible gesture?
Incredible. Oh, well, here's what's funny is I made this drink with Tipsy Bartender the other day, and there is a variant of the Incredible Hulk named Amadeus Cho. He's an Asian Incredible Hulk. Okay. So we calling this the Amadeus Cho. It's the Asian Hulk.
Nice.
Since this is a Asian-owned liquor. And yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. As soon as I saw that blue bottle, I just got flashbacks of the Incredible Hulks. Also, Mad Dog. I don't know.
That?
You didn't drink. So Mad
I know
Dog,
Mad
when
Dog
you would go to the
2020.
liquor store, look, there's levels to the shelves. And we was bottom level. I like my vodka out of plastic pop-off bottles. When I tell you, the Irk and Jerk, the E&J, I would E&J and root beer. I was out here thugging. 99 bananas.
Would you like 99 bananas? Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
Would you like
Dad taught me that one.
That's crazy. Would you like some ice, some of my leftover ice, or do you want a lukewarm Incredible Hulk? Or do you just want the straight up brown?
Normally. Now I'm confused. I'm thinking about other things. We started R&B. We're just having flashbacks over here. I'm sweating.
Pussy.
It's making me sweat. You know what? I'll take it. Dealer's choice. So you make it. You do what you got to do.
You're going to give you some straight up yellow. You better go away.
Give you a shot of this yellow. Piss.
Oh, God.
That's what I thought you were talking. Nasty. Oh my god! Do you want to hear the most random thing ever?
Please.
The only reason why I thought of this was say his name, R. Kelly, because talking about pee-pee, whatever.
Yo, I was just... Never mind, go ahead.
Okay. I have been watching the Boondocks again. And my Uber driver the other day, I get into his vehicle. He has the Boondocks playing in his car while he was driving the whole time. And it was the R. Kelly episode.
Ah, classic.
And I told somebody that this was happening. They're like, oh my God, while he's driving. I said, this is one of the best Uber rides I have ever been in. Is this safe? No. But am I enjoying myself? Quite frankly, I'm having a great time.
You ever been in an Uber and he starts playing his music and it's good?
No. I've been in the Uber and the music is bad.
Right. I mean, we've all been there.
Yeah.
There was an older Uber driver. And he was like, I forgot how it even came up, but he was like, yeah, you know, if you don't mind, I'll put my little, like, whatever on. And I was like, hey, man. Hey.
No slap.
Hey.
So, you know, I was ready to tune out and text my friends about how stupid you are, but this shit is good.
I had the 2-star locked and loaded.
With a review.
Yeah.
Let me backspace.
I've never had a good one, but I do have one. It was an older black man, older, like getting
To where you
assistance.
gotta revoke the license.
Yeah, and his song was about like Medicare and shit.
You are lying.
And the hook was like Medicare, Medi-Cal, Medicaid, medicated. I just remember that, but it was a rap about the fucking healthcare
We gotta
system,
find
dog.
it.
Type in those words because I'm for sure it said that Medicare, Medi-Cal, Medicaid, medicated.
That's a bar.
Were you in the parking lot with us for Compton?
Of course.
Oh, man. So, hold on, let's pour out a little of this. Make this little Amadeus Cho. Woo! Wow. Would you look at that?
You can smell it from here.
Woo. And it smells great. I'll
It
tell you
does.
this. We were so dumb. I used to think the Incredible Hulks were disgusting. Okay. It's because my ratio wasn't right. Because I'm like, first of all, this shit's looking brown. And I realized because I had too much of the brown. And you know, mind you, this is like us fucking 19 at house parties just drinking this shit because we heard it in rap songs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But as you get older, you get the ratio right. These shits are kind of tasty.
These shits is kind of tasty.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah. Well.
Warm in here.
Well.
You're warm. I'm about to be warm too.
I'm also warm. Okay, so my family's restaurant, Paramount, California. If you don't know, Paramount is right next to Compton, okay? And one day, this older dude, I don't
He wasn't even older, dog.
No.
That's the crazy. He was just homeless.
okay, homeless dude. Scruffy homeless dude. I feel like, he's definitely older than us. We were probably, I don't know, teenagers?
Yeah.
Came up to us. He was like randomly. Did he just come up to us? I don't remember.
He was trying to like get some changes and shit like that, but he was like, "I'm not just trying to ask you to give me some money. You know what I'm saying? I work for what I need. I'm gonna perform for y'all." And he gave us his whole shit. Told us his hood. He was from Front Hood. I remember that. Gave us the streets and shit. Low key banging on us before rapping.
He's like, by the way, I'm gonna let you know exactly what block I'm on.
And then he started rapping, but he starts with a hook. And the hook was
Compton.
Cause I banging.
Compton. And we were like, all kind of like, yeah, okay.
I don't remember none of the verse, but yeah, that
But
shit
to
was...
this day, fucking earworm, man.
Yeah, Compton.
So how much money y'all give him?
No, we was broke.
Yeah, we had no money.
And we told him that before he started. He just really wanted to get his shit off. I'm like, all right.
In today's world, you know, the phones would have been out.
Oh my
Dude
goodness.
would have went viral. Would have got 50,000 in the fucking GoFundMe that I would have kept. But like, you know what I'm saying?
And people would have been tagging Kendrick.
Do you ever think of some moments where you wish you had the phones like we do now?
Yes.
Can't think of any specific, but probably.
I mean, 100%. I wish I would have had it so I recorded more of my canoodling and just had them on a hard drive or something.
Oh, God.
Doughboy, would you like? What would you like a something?
He been over there pissed off.
We don't have any ice, so I'm gonna just pour you a little bit of the Jester's Court, all right? Because
So
a lukewarm Incredible Hulk just sounds crazy.
Oh my God. That's too funny. You know what I realized, speaking of like old files? I still pay for a Dropbox account for photos that I have not looked through in forever. Like $1.99 a month gets deducted for these photos and these files that I do not know what's on them.
Remember Photo Bucket?
Yes.
Oh man, remember when Photo Buckets would get hacked?
Oh yeah.
Yeesh.
Being a little
Photobuckethorse.com.
Oh, that was a real website.
It was.
Yeah.
You know, my cousin was the one who taught me how to take fucking sexy pictures.
Oh God.
Interesting. Please tell us this story.
Because if you remember back then, the girls it's the bathroom pics, right? Because everybody wasn't just like, there were cam girls, and then there's just like, I'm trying to be sexy, send this photo.
Hilarious.
My cousin, all my cousins were very developed early on in life, and I was a little bit later
Okay.
with that. And my cousin was the one who taught me how to take the bathroom pic. So she was like, you gotta prop your butt
With the booty cheek on the sink?
Oh man, the booty cheek on the sink.
Booty cheek on the sink. If you know, you know. And my cousin was like, you don't have to have a big booty. It's angles. So she's like, but you got to lift what you have and you got to place it closer to the mirror, right? So, you know, little booties matter. And I was over here doing the most trying to get that, like, because there's a little crease that happens on the top part of the butt. The shelf.
If you got enough, yeah.
If you got enough and you sit right, you can't sit fully on it because then you got a smushed thigh. Okay. When I'm telling you, my cousin had the technique down. She also has 9 kids now. She had it down, and she was the one who taught me how to take the like grainy bathroom pics.
That was a good time.
Booty cheek on the sink was just the best, man.
And we knew it was a trick.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't
looked
matter.
good.
It was the first AI. We was tricking y'all back then.
Hey, bring that back, man.
Booty cheek on the sink?
Yeah.
That's still a classic. That's a classic.
I'm talking about the women my age. I want to see some old booty cheeks on the sink.
You want to see that lift. You want to watch it though. You don't take the lift.
Sit all the way down. I want to see every fucking dimple, man.
I tell you what's wild, you know, I'm sure I've shared before like the story of like the older woman that I smashed, like, you know, the oldest woman I smashed. But I haven't talked to Rick about this before, but like we're currently older than what I looked at as this a MILF.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I took down a cougar. I'm older than her now, which is like, what the fuck?
That's just crazy. Man.
What is the male equivalent of like a silver fox or like a what is a male
silver
equivalent
fox?
Of a cougar? Okay, word.
I'm trying to think of like, you know, you talked about the cougar. I don't think I've really had. Well, I guess the biggest age difference I've had was like 13 years. 13 years, but I'm trying to think of when I was actually like when I was younger. I feel like you hit a certain point where you're like, this kind of it doesn't feel as strange. But I remember my first older guy. I gotta make sure he's all right, because I realized he was really into the schoolgirl shit.
Yeah.
Now that I look back, I'm like, it feels weird now that I look back at the experience as far as why did you say some of the things you said, sir? But then also, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Did you get your homework done in time?
I was like, yes. Oh my God. It was some really weird wordplay.
Okay, well.
Thought
I was making a joke.
Yeah,
I've had to do some reflecting.
I mean, look, I've always been into schoolgirl shit as a person who was just coming out of high school. You know what I'm saying? Because
you see, that's where it gets weird, right? Yeah. Because when we were first introduced to the schoolgirl shit, they were older than us.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We were little kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, you gotta let that go. At a certain age, brother. You can't.
Well, look, I gladly put my wife in a schoolgirl skirt. I'm not like, you know, but like one of my first girls who I was super sprung on. I mean, we were both 19 and she was going to fucking St. Joseph's. So it was like
Yeah.
she had the skirt ready. I'm like, oh man, this is hot.
Yeah, you know what? Let's take it away from the individual. How did we let that as a society become a thing?
I mean,
it's been a Halloween costume
Absolutely.
forever. It was in all the movies and shit.
Britney
Like, it was the
Spears.
thing.
Yeah, all the Japanese porn.
Yes,
Yeah.
all
Which is great. Which is great. Yeah,
Damn,
but
that shit was normalized as fuck.
Yeah.
That's
And like
crazy.
but here's the thing. I never grew up around seeing people like when I was younger in a school uniform. I never saw that. So that was nothing that was familiar to me. I've only seen it sexualized. I've never seen it.
Exactly.
I've never seen it on someone that was my age. It was always something that was a sexy thing and it was like a fetish, but never was I around any private schools or saw or knew anybody that went to a private school.
Well, I went to a Catholic high school for a year, so I definitely did like, you know, really real life experience that shit. Like, you know, I was a school boy messing with a school girl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then there was those uniforms with the like the white pleated skirt with the like the forest green sweater. Woo, man. That one right there. With the little drinking one. Them little high schoolers was looking crazy.
Oh God! See, I was gonna join in on the joke, but I was like, let me wait for a second. Let me let him rock.
And then he did exactly
he got to the point to change the subject.
Nah, who knows if we cut that one too? We'll see.
Oh man.
Nah, but yeah.
But I've always been team like dress up. I swear cosplay could have been something that I easily would have transitioned into as far as like, you know, I like dress up. So the schoolgirl thing was automatic in college. In college, it was like, oh, plaid skirt. To this day, like now when I do it because I use golf as an excuse, but I realize some of the outfits that I bought because I do like Japanese content, that I'm like, I find it sexy, but then I have to think about like the why, and I don't like always doing that. I don't like having to analyze my why.
When you think about the why to a lot of shit, it gets dark.
It gets
the whys
dark.
are all just slavery and pedophilia.
Yeah, I was just saying, bro. So much shit goes back to racism and horny. Man, it's just crazy. But I will say this. So I went to a Catholic school when I was younger. You went to a Catholic high school. My older sister went to Catholic school her entire life. The uniforms aren't like that.
Yeah.
Like, them shits are long.
I mean, yeah, because it's the rule.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like they're not trying to. So I don't know exactly where that shit came from.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this: when I was in high school, it was the rules, but the girls would roll them up. When they weren't being like, you know, when the teachers weren't around. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And I tell you this too: if we talking about being young and inexperienced as a 15-year-old boy with my girlfriend at the time, I remember the first time really experimenting with each other, seeing a whole coochie and being like, I don't know if that's what I expected.
I think that's all of our experiences.
Yeah, when you first see some real genitalia, either way, straight up, you'd be like,
what are we supposed to do with this?
I don't know if I'm a fan. But then, you know, it's like beer.
Touch it.
It's like beer.
Yeah, you get a taste, you keep tasting, and you're like, I could go for a beer.
You know, I don't think I can agree with that. Not just because I don't drink, but I've smelled beer. It wasn't that difficult to get into coochie.
He's like, I willingly do this. I still won't drink.
I've watched people try beer and not like it for a really long time. It wasn't like that.
I'll tell you this: first time I whipped my whole penis out on a girl, like 14, 13, 14 actually, might have been 8th grade. She was like, "Why is it purple? Why is it purple?"
Oh,
I was like, no, it's like the blood. It's rushing to it.
My God, the explanation. How was that?
That's very funny.
Okay, fellas, you're talking about your first time pulling it out and that being an alarming response.
Yeah.
How did that affect you after for the next time it was needed?
I mean, it wasn't like, well, here's the thing. Like I said, I was like 13, 14 first time I whipped it out on someone, right? So it wasn't, it wasn't like I was doing a whole lot of whipping it out. This was just a homegirl. Actually, this was the homegirl I ended up dating when I was, like 14, 15.
Okay.
So it wasn't like I was constantly taking it out. So I wasn't like, oh, is she going to trip out on the purpleness? Is this next one going to worry about the hue? It was just kind of like, this girl had already seen it. So she was like used to it. She was like, okay, cool.
She's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think because, maybe I had been younger and with a girl for a good year as like a 14, 15-year-old, I got to get comfortable with, oh shit, why is it purple? And also, oh wait, it curves. You know what I'm saying? But this was also her first dick she had ever dealt with.
Oh, so she has nothing.
She just asking questions.
The next one, she's like, why is it so straight?
Yeah, exactly.
Dude,
right.
That shit. That's the weirdest reaction I've ever got to my penis before. A woman said, "Why is it so straight?" I was like, "Huh? we are in our 30s. You never seen a straight penis before?"
She's like, "But Tim's is."
No, that one I hadn't seen. It was possible. It was possible. But yeah, I was thrown the fuck off. I was like, I've never got that kind of response. Like there was nothing positive.
Oh my God.
In her tone. She was upset. It's like,
interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Huh. Why is it so straight? I said, what have you been seeing?
Right?
We out here, fellas. Short kings, curve kings. Let's get it.
Well, she was ugly. So so that's what y'all want.
Why is your face like that?
Oh, so funny. She wasn't ugly.
Yeah, man. I mean, hey, everybody's different.
Yeah.
We all have our own experiences. I'll tell you what, it's if we're talking about that, I would, when I was like dating, give a warning.
You come with a disclaimer.
Yes, I would disclaim from the jump, be like, okay, look, I curve. So don't be weirded out by that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then as you like kind of get older, you come across the girls who was like, oh, you got the curve?
Yeah.
Oh, the curve. It's like, okay, cool. A little superpower. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Anyways, do you believe in God or...
It was like, just stunned. She could not speak. It's like, what?
That's the transition.
Jesus said.
Nikki Blades, how was your Amadeus Cho Incredible Hulk?
It is good. I had to put it down because I noticed I was drinking it a little fast.
Well, hey.
It is. You gonna make me some more?
If you want some more.
Since we're talking about the good old days, might as well. I feel like the drink is appropriate for the conversation because I don't touch anything with sugar in it really as an adult.
And Hypnotic is sweet.
It's sweet as fuck. AF.
Yeah, I agree. And they'll tell you that's why you get, that's why you get like hangovers and shit is like all the sugar and the sugary drinks. That's why Nikki Blades, I'll
take a little more. All the hangovers that I'm going to get tomorrow.
In your early drinking days,
yes,
before we kind of got used to what we got used to, what was your go-to fresh? You're 21 at the bar. What is your order because you don't know what the fuck to order?
I grew up around alcoholics, so I was familiar with drinking. It was Patron shots. Patron shots were cool back then, though. Patron, T-Pain was pushing Patron, and then Ciroc. A lot of Ciroc. Ciroc
99
was...
Bananas.
Oh, yeah. 99 Bananas was in college. It was 99 Bananas in college and Moscato.
Okay.
Moscato was sexy. It was like the house parties, whatever we can get our hands on. Our volleyball coach used to give us Target gift cards, right?
Oh, okay.
So I know you were like, where are we going?
My volleyball coach had us in Catholic school outfits and used to give us
a
liquor.
lot of Target gift cards, but you could get wine. That's when they used to sell wine and beer over at Target. So we would use the Target gift cards to go get what we could get, which was normally some Moscato or some foofy, fruity sangria. Yeah. And then that's what we would drink. And then you would hope that there was someone older that would go get you liquor.
I see.
That's where the 99 Bananas came in.
Wait. So they let you buy the sangria as a not 21-year-old?
That remember, they weren't always checking IDs the way they do now.
Interesting.
The laws have changed because of us.
Mm.
But yeah, that was it. But when I was in the club, to answer your question, it was Ciroc, peach, and Sprite.
Okay, that sounds great.
So good. And then depending on who had the bottle, because mind you, beggars can't be choosers.
Mm-hmm.
Grey Goose,
Man.
which tastes like rubbing alcohol now. And it was like Grey Goose, orange juice, and cranberry juice, because that was all the mixers.
It's because of rap music.
Yes.
We ordered whatever we heard about. You know what I'm saying?
But Ciroc was good. Ciroc had its moment. I mean, granted, given the times now, we normally wouldn't talk about it the way
you don't
do.
even own it anymore. So we're good.
Okay, perfect. Ciroc coconut with pineapple juice. Oh my God, it was so good.
Look, in my bottle buying days, I'll get a bottle of Henny for the boys. I'll get a bottle of Ciroc Berry for the girls.
Oh my God, Ciroc Berry. Oh, nights were had. Nights and times. Ciroc Peach. So I used to work at this club called Infusion in San Francisco, and it was like the spot. And I was one of the girls that would get the girls. Nikki, I'm gonna give you a table. You get a Magnum bottle.
Get these little thirsty ass. We
You
just
know
come
what I
drink our
mean?
shit.
Okay, so I had a system. This sounds really bad, but it was, I was always working. So it was like I would get commission off of all the tables. So if I sold bottles, I would make money. So I would invite all the girls out because I always had a table, and none of my friends would have to sit with the guys they didn't want to. So they'd be like, I'll give you a Magnum bottle of Ciroc Peach, which was my favorite. And then whatever bottles you sell while you're out, I'll give you commission off of. I was outside. Shots. Ciroc Peach. And then everybody would go and get champagne after. Champagne is easier to drink. You don't really get as, with it because you can't take shots all night.
I get sausage burps, but yeah.
with
champagne,
the champagne,
for whatever reason, digs up whatever I had like 3 days ago. Formulates the craziest burp for me.
The girls got the champagne on lock. It's like you drink the drink you actually want, and you sit with the champagne in your hand.
I'll tell you this, man. One time, me and Rick, if we talking about let's get a table and have ladies come and drink our liquor, right? It was a little Latini.
It was a little Latini. That sounds like a good drink.
I've had too many martinis, guys. A little Latina I was messing with, and I forget the occasion, but it was me and Rick had a table at some spot, and then the Latina I was messing with was with her peoples. So it was just me and Rick with a table full of like bad Latinas. And remember this night? And the people around us were looking at us like,
who the fuck?
Yeah. Are they rappers? What is this? It was crazy because the one I was messing with, I don't know if it was her cousins or her friends or what, but everybody was bad.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And they only was fucking with us. And everyone was looking like, yo, what's happening here? I mean, look, we cute. Don't take nothing away from us. But it was still like, yo.
But when there's more than one.
Yes.
Okay, yes. When there is more than one, rephrase. When there's more than 3 beautiful women, there's levels to this. There's baddies, and then there's like, oh, wow, these are like really beautiful women.
Yeah.
You go, what the fuck do they do?
Yeah.
It was. Look, I felt cool, and I always feel cool. But it was a night where it was like, yo,
it's different.
Yeah,
I was angry that night though.
Why?
Cause I got bit on my arm so hard.
By one of them?
Yeah, the one.
Oh.
The one, yeah.
She bit you.
She bit the shit out. Like I had a bruise for a week.
Like not a sexy bite.
No, bro. She just fucking bit
Why
me
did she
right
bite you
here.
again?
I have no idea. I have no fucking clue. I was so upset with that girl.
Damn, broke skin?
Didn't break skin, but I was bruised. Like a legit fucking bruise bite. And I was mad the whole night too.
Is there any coming back from biting someone too hard?
She was really pretty. So I definitely I talked to her a little bit after that, but she's kind of weird.
Yeah.
I mean, did you know her prior?
I think we met one time before at that same girl's house. She had like a house party, yeah. And that night she was just really weird. Like she was
like, I'm gonna bite you.
Nah, she was telling people like, that one's mine.
Oh, so, you got claimed.
And I was okay with that.
Absolutely.
She was like, when people talk about leagues, she was out of mine. So I'm like, hey, cool.
He was like,
But then she bit me. I was like, all right, that's weird.
And then I check on Rick 5 minutes later. He's fucking like, yo. He's trying to get a bite of my neck. And I'm like, whoa.
It's like, where's it going?
Yeah, I know. I was working it out as I was getting there. And speaking of getting claimed that night at that house party, funny shit. So this little Latina that I was kind of like talking to, or whatever. We were at her house party that night, and I wasn't sure where we were at as far as was she fucking with me or not. She made some ceviche. It was delicious. She left to go, I don't know, get somebody at the door or whatever the fuck. And her cousin was dancing with me, started grinding on me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, all right, cool. I don't know what it is with me and her. I'm just dance with her cousin, whatever. She came back into the room and was like, what's this?
What the fuck you doing?
Yeah, and I was like,
what is this shit?
yeah, what is this shit? This. I want to get jiggy with that shit. And I was like, oh, okay. Oh, cool.
Noted.
Damn, I miss
Get away, cousin.
Yeah.
I miss house party days.
Man, me too.
I do. You just reminded me of the fact that somebody used the polar bear pickup line on me, and it worked.
Oh,
The fuck is
breaks
that?
the ice.
Do you know how much a polar bear weighs? Enough to break the ice. And when I tell you it worked, I remember, like, I just had a flashback from specifically being at this house party back in, like Merced, and we were in the kitchen, and somehow he came up to me and then said that line, and I was like, I'm done. I'm done. You have been chosen. You did exactly what needed to be done for the night.
It was easy, bro.
I like, you know what it was? It was like, I like dorky, funny. Like, if you would have looked at it, he looked like a dork. He did. Like, he was a little awkward. He was tall though. He was good looking, but he was awkward. He wasn't necessarily what people. I hate this. They'll be like, Nikki likes this and this. I'm like, you ain't got no clue what my type actually.
I got a little clue.
A little bit.
As long as they throw tall in there.
Actually, I've been veering away from the path these days.
One time.
When y'all see the light, when y'all see that short light, it's gonna change your life, okay?
You might have to look down, but either way, the light is there.
When you see that light shining up at you,
That's right.
follow it. All right, go ahead.
But yeah, and at that house party, like the two times that I chose. Like, yes, you hit on me, but I chose. It was that one. And then in college with my college boyfriend who asked me if I liked to watch the Boondocks. And I remember I had my eye on him. He ignored me at first. Then I stared him down and he realized.
Look, I appreciate that so much because when you use a corny, cheesy line on somebody, it is a good, like, litmus test for... Are you a whack hot girl or are you a fun hot girl?
Yeah. And it's like, surprise, I'm kind of weird. And I like that type of, I really do. The dorkier, the better at times.
You just took me back to the girl I lost my virginity to.
She was a cool girl.
She was cool, but I was
that.
not trying to corny punchline her on first meet. I was trying to cool guy her. It worked either way.
Yeah,
because I was corny on accident.
yeah, kind of.
I couldn't keep up the cool.
I mean, look, you know. So here's the thing. Y'all might not know this, but I'm little, so I can use that shit to my advantage because everything I do is adorable. So. You remember who I lost my virginity to? So I was at a house party. I don't think Rick was with. No, you weren't with me. No. It was a house party in Torrance, and funny shit is one of my bestest homies at the time, my boy B. He was the one that pointed this girl out to me. He was like, "Hey, look at that one right there." I was like, "Oh shit, yeah." And so he went to the bath, or he went to go help somebody out, bathroom or some shit like that. I was like, "I'm gonna go talk to this girl." And then,
fucking dickhead. He was like, "Look, that's my wife right there."
He said,
I'm about to go get some gum. I'm coming right back.
Bet. Say less.
He literally came out and saw us talking and was like, "What's this?
What the fuck?
What's this?" But okay, enough about him because fuck him. I went up to her and I remember exactly this moment because I was wearing a Burberry bucket hat.
Oh god!
A fake one from Thailand. A Burberry jacket. Fake one from Thailand. And I seen this little girl. She was like, not little girl, but I seen this. She was short like me. She was dancing in her seat. And this was my whole shit. I went up to her, I was like, I was doing the whole fucking licking lips and rubbing lotion on my knuckles shit. I was like, oh, so I don't know if you mess with Asian dudes or not,
God.
but I mean, I was 18, 17. So I don't know if you mess with Asian dudes or not, but I'd love to. She was like, oh yeah. I was like, all right, cool. and that was it. My whole shit was like, yeah, I don't know if you mess with Asian dudes or not, blah, blah, blah. And she was down, thank God, because I was not coming with no, the game was not clever.
I was like, Rick, you ever walk up to a girl and be like, I don't know if you mess with black guys, but
no, hell no. Hell no. Everybody messes with black guys.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing. I get to, once again, let's go back to me being adorable. I get to kind of use that shit as being like, hey, I don't know how often, I don't know how often this happens, but it's like, hey, if you can, and eventually that evolved into hey, we make some pretty ass babies, right? That was always a line too.
That line terrifies me. I was like, yeah, that one freaks me out.
But once again, I'm tiny and adorable.
It's cute.
So it's not threatening.
Yeah.
So yeah, it took me back to house parties and like, I don't know if people nowadays approach each other like that because you got the internet, you got fucking dating apps, you got fucking DMs.
Yeah, I don't think so. From what I've seen, they just say a couple things and then ask for Instagram and then walk away and then start DMing.
Yeah, and then next thing you know, you're having sexual intercourse.
Yeah,
that's how it works.
I think so.
Seems to be that way.
The kids got it easy.
Man. They be outside. Yeah, good for them.
Yeah,
we used to have to work hard for it.
We did. We truly did. And that sounds so old of us, but it's true. Yeah. I was watching something with Q, my son, the other day, because he's like, even now, he's like, I want to watch dinosaurs. I want to watch the purple dinosaur. We on the YouTube app and shit. I want the purple one, right? And I'm like, Q, back in the day,
you had one dinosaur.
Not even.
He was purple.
We watched whatever was on TV, Q. You ever see Willow? Because back in the day, everybody daddy's age, we all just watched Willow because it was the only thing on TV. Everybody that grew up with daddy watched the same movies and the same shows. God damn it. And we all know very specific things.
Yeah, that is very...
He's like, shut up. Put the fucking dinosaur on, man.
Daddy, my dinosaurs. My dinosaurs.
Yeah, man, she was different. You know what I'm saying?
It's very different.
They got all the options.
But I'm glad that we went through it, though. I'm glad. There's moments of before the iPhone. I mean, before the cell phones. There's a lot of life that was lived.
Yeah.
And
a
lot of life was lived.
Speaking of B and having to put in work, remember when he got his revenge on that? On both of us. I didn't have nothing to do with it.
I don't remember. Please remind me.
So he was at another party. Remember that one pretty ass, funny ass girl? We was calling her Larry.
Larry.
Oh man. So it was
because she was hilarious.
Yeah. So it was this one girl, and me and Tim were just like in a agreed upon competition at this point, right? Because it was all about who could get her laughing the most and shit. So we're going in. And she's making jokes, and it's just a good fucking time. And that same friend that he sneaked, he's there too, right? And then at one point, she did something, and he looked at her. It was like, "You doing too much," and that changed everything.
Yes,
she was on his dick for the rest of the night because he was different. You could see like me and Tim's like, "Oh,
dang."
Okay, we over here fucking court jesters. And that nigga negged her and won with one negative comment. That's all he said.
Isn't that crazy?
That shit was so... I was like, God damn, but now I know he had to do that because of what you did.
I know, he got me back. He was also tall and light-skinned, so I mean, he had the advantage.
The bar was set low. She just said, hello. What?
Yeah, when she had to look up to acknowledge what he just said, it was a wrap.
She's like, who the fuck?
Oh. Damn, I hate that.
Wow. She's like, wow, made me feel insecure. I love it.
You know what? You're right. I'm gonna change my whole life. I am doing too much.
You know what they say?
I'll never be funny again.
I mean, look, you know what? You know what they say, Nikki Blades? Treat them like dirt and they stick like mud. You know?
Absolutely the fuck not.
Shit.
I don't think so.
I thought that shit was over when we was young. Wrong.
No.
These grown ass would still go for that shit. It's crazy. crazy.
I'm saying I'm spoiled as shit. I will. You want to? Oh, you not laughing at me? Nope. Yo, you don't want to do that? Nope.
Let me clarify. I don't believe that. Just treat it like dirt and they stick like mud. I don't live by that.
Hey, you don't live by it, but I believe I watch it happen.
I don't live by it, but
right. It's a
it
thing.
happens.
It's
Yeah.
a thing. It's a thing. But as we were talking about earlier, sometimes identifying what we like. I am a praise person. I need compliments. I don't do well with negative. And I'll say this: if I am really funny around you, I probably don't like you.
You see, women are fucking weird.
I know, right? Because the thing is because I'm showing myself. I'm like, oh, I'm just being silly, goofy, or whatever. But I've noticed, like, if I'm comfortable, then yes, and I like you, then that will come out. But initially, it's like, I just want to be. I need all the compliments. If you come in with that whole like talk shit thing, oh God, no. Oh, get the fuck away from me. I will turn aggressive. I don't turn cute and lean. I don't care how tall you are either, or short.
I mean, look,
that's funny. I just want the record to show Nikki's never funny around us.
Never. I fucking love these guys.
I seen a TikTok and it was a lady and it was just like her showing her husband and it was a caption that said, born to be toxic, but married to a man who gives me no reason to be toxic. And she was upset. And all the comments are women like, oh my God. They're like, so boring. I'm like,
God.
You funky.
You know what?
She wasn't even fat, but fuck.
Like, I just want to call
I
you
was
that.
so annoyed,
Stinky,
man.
dirty, fat bitch.
You know what? We talked about this earlier. There are times where I want to be a soft lover girl and say some of the shit I would do when I am all in love. But y'all get on people when they do lovey shit and call them pick-me's.
Who does?
The people.
We were in the car.
We were in the car.
Blaze was saying, like, you know, when she's in a relationship, she's like, nah, I'm the type of person that will like cook for you at 3 a.m. and I do this and that. And like, and she's hesitant to say that type of shit because I was like, oh, they gonna call you a pick me. She was like, yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, it's weird to say it to nobody.
That's true.
Online, that is some pygmy shit. It's like, hey, look, guys, I'm here and I do this. Just do it when you have somebody.
Yeah. I've kept a lot of those. I like to keep the relationship stuff. Like that side of me is for like that person because we share so much other shit online and everything else is very vulnerable that it's like, nah, somebody got to get something special from me. And that's on some like, yes, I love to cook. That's actually, if your love language is being fed or being like acts of services, I realize I'm one that will maneuver around those things. I like to know. So it's like, oh, words of affirmation, bitch, I write poetry. Or, oh, you like physical touch? I do some things.
I touch a couple things. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, my love language is your love language. Yeah. But that is when I'm in it. But on the, you know, just saying what I do. I won't do that for everybody. And I think that's the difference between the just pick me thing. Like some girls that will just say like in the room or people, I'll just rephrase it, like people that are like, oh, I will always pay for the bill when it shows up at dinner. Bitch, no, the fuck I'm not.
Well, let me ask you this, Nikki Blades. As a hot girl.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Has negging ever worked on you where someone has given you negative attention and it's so different from everybody being on your proverbial dick that you're like, what is this about?
One person, and yes, I'll say that it was the one story that I was talking about, the guy in college. He just didn't pay attention to me. And everybody else at that time, I was in my bag. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, there are some moments in your life where you know you are just it. You couldn't tell me anything about myself. And he was the one person that just, he didn't talk shit, but he just didn't acknowledge me the way that everybody else did. So that's the difference, right? He didn't have to talk shit to me. He just wasn't as on me. But the moment that we did converse, it was on. Nobody's ever really talked shit to me. And I was like, let me prove you wrong. I'm like, bitch, you're mean. Go away. I'm sensitive as shit. So,
well, hey, no, I think that's a good thing because the girls who fucking go for that shit are weird.
I don't like
that shit is very, very strange. Like, a part of me understands the whole, wait, why isn't this guy trying. I get that. But when he's completely being an asshole and that makes you fight to prove him wrong, get out of here.
I mean, look, I will always say, and look, you said you had an awkward stage, right?
Yeah.
And I will always say, the ones that grew up hot or grew up pretty and got all the attention, those are the ones that are like that. You feel me? Like the ones that are kind of awkward or, like...
I had to grow into this.
The ones that grew into it and had a personality because they weren't showing attention for being traditionally attractive. Those are the ones that are like, I mean, look, those are the coolest ones.
Facts.
But the ones that like grew up attractive and getting everything they asked for, it's like... They're the ones where it's like, what? Why are you not paying attention to me? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And it's so crazy how we're all living in different worlds. Like we really are. Our experiences are nowhere near the same. Like my cousin, her and I were damn near the same age, and there was a lot of similarities between us. She developed really early and was like she was like the pretty cousin, the pretty, the smart. The boys wanted her. Her life is completely different than mine, but we were in different stages, right? So I feel like there's always a moment for people that you either go left or you go right. So it's like if everybody's always praising you and there isn't that like kind of level of humility that you're given, you tend to have to go towards something different. So someone saying, you're not that bad. And all of a sudden that piques interest versus someone that's a little bit more balanced. Like, I love you enough to let you know, don't acknowledge that.
Look, man, I learned that lesson with my ex, man. Like when we were working at CPK, everybody was on her because she was so pretty. And then even the manager was on her because she was so pretty. And then I was trying. And it wasn't until I was like, you know what? I'm over this shit. And she saw me flirting with some girl at my table, at table 12. And she walked by and was like, why isn't Tim approaching me at the host stand anymore? And then something switched.
Yeah.
That'd be the thing with the attractive girls. Is you gotta let them choose. Basically, you can't do too much. You can't try too much unless they've already given you something to let you know. Yeah. Then you better not drop the ball.
Yes. They love the attention until it's gone. Shout out, like Laura Winslow. You know what I'm saying? It took her forever to find out that Steve was the one.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It's fucked up.
If I've been not paying attention to somebody, hit me up. Let me know. No, but I am definitely a chalant type of person. I love the extra, the out there. I need to know. I'm one of those that's like, if I even feel like you're interested in anything else, anyone, I'm not it. That would be my biggest thing.
Yeah.
That's I need to know. And for whatever insecurities that stems from, I'm like, you love me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm one of those.
Okay. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Just hard to figure out when to do that shit for a lot of men, at least. Yeah.
It's a balancing act. I feel like that's difficult, especially with how things are a lot more fluid these days as far as relationships, situationships, or whatever's going on. That's even more reason for me to be like, unless you got to tell me we go together real bad. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to lotto my man out here so that I know, because it feels a little too fluid out here these days. So if you was not obsessed with me, then I feel like there's somebody else you're entertaining.
Might be in a whole other marriage.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I think for that to work though, I think I want to just say women, but I'm trying to be better at that. But just know what I'm thinking. People need to entertain less.
Absolutely.
A lot of people will just take what's given to them and sift through the shit. A million motherfuckers are offering dates or gifts or whatever. And they're like, okay, I mean, who am I to say no to that shit? But then one of them people who was serious about you doesn't feel comfortable being serious about you because they know, all right, you out here.
Yeah.
So then you never make that fucking connection. If both of y'all were just like, all right, you know what, let's see where this and only this goes. I think it'd be way easier to get to that point where it's just like, I'm all about you.
100%. That's it. I know everybody doesn't want to talk about labels, but sometimes they work and they help you from investing time in somebody who isn't investing into you. So when I say I like mine obsessive, because I know this is where you want to be, and I will be also forward, it's like we go together
I get
so
it.
that the intention is there. You're not worrying about all these other options. And also when you are two people, I would hope that whoever you're talking to has options as well. And you make that choice to choose each other. That's the flex. It's like, oh, you can be with anybody you want, but we choose to be here. Cool. I want all my attention to go into this, and that you create comfort versus it's like, oh, I don't know if they want me. And now I'm feeling insecure. I'm doing too much.
I'm just going with the flow.
Fuck the flow.
Fuck the flow, and thank y'all for watching another episode of the No Chaser podcast. We love you so much. Don't forget, we got a show in August in San Francisco, live show. Pull up, link to the tickets in the description.
And it's not your typical podcast show.
We're not just gonna be talking. We got a bunch of games we're playing. We gonna bring y'all on stage.
Yeah.
You gonna win some prizes. And we got VIP meet and greets, of course. So, hey, San Francisco Bay Area, pull up. Everybody in the surrounding areas, pull up. It's going to be a great time. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure you follow us all on everything. I'm Tim Chantarangsu.
I'm Ricky Shucks.
I'm Nikki Blades.
Bye.